Hey everyone, this is Sandy at Mimi's Abundant Life, and I am back again with a simple canning video that I'm going to do for you. I'm going to let you know a few things that you're going to need. If you want to just start out with some water bath canning, it is very easy to do. All fruit and tomatoes, which are technically a fruit, may be water bath canned, okay? You're going to need a pair of canning jar lifters like this. You're going to need a debubbler, and this helps measure the head space that you need on top of the jar. Any kind of stock pot, okay? It doesn't have to be a canner. Someone gifted this to me, and I'm very grateful. But until then, I was just using a big old stock pot. I put the water in there in a rack to kind of support the jars as they're boiling. I have a little bit of water heating up to keep my jars hot. They don't always have to be hot, but in this case they do. I washed, cored, cut up my fresh pineapple, and I think this is like 2 quarts of water, and I'm going to shut that off now, and I'm just going to slide the pan over. Hang on one second. I'm trying to find something. Okay, you're gonna need one of these jar funnels. They fit in just like that. And I think like these 3 pieces were like $10, I think. From the Ball company. I use ball jars and lids and everything. Okay, you're going to take out, for this recipe, you don't need to add any sugar to preserve. You don't need any pectin, nothing. So the pineapple already has it in it naturally. So I'm going to take out some pineapple that just simmered in the jar, in the sauce for a few minutes. I'm sorry, in the saucepan that had water in it. And I'm going to add some of the juice. Okay, and you want a 1/2 inch headspace, and that gives everything room so that nothing siphons and everything will process correctly. Different recipes have different amounts of headspace that you need to leave on top of the jar. So follow the recipes. I used to be petrified of canning, but I'm not. Now this little gadget, if you don't have one, it's okay. You can use chopstick, the end of a wooden spoon, nothing metal because it might scratch or chip the jar, but you want to get all your air bubbles out. And after doing this, you're also getting the air bubbles out, and you're going to get a good idea on whether or not you have room for any more liquid or any more pineapple. So, let's see. I need a 1/2 inch headspace, so I'm going to put like maybe 1 more in there, and that looks great. Okay? And I'm going to repeat the process. I have 2 more jars to go. I actually went around my house scrounging up jars because I had used them all. And they are a hot commodity right now, so wherever you are, if you can go on to some of those free groups on Buy Nothing groups on Facebook, and you ask, and that's how I got some wide mouth jars and that canner. The woman was very nice, very generous of her to offer that to me. You know that old added saying, if you have not because you ask not. So this might take another bit of pineapple. I'm going to take the funnel out, and the next step is to debubble. You want to get all the way down, all around the jar, get all those air bubbles out. And as you can see, okay, I'm doing that one again. I have a little more room than I thought I did. I'm just going to put a speck more liquid in here to bring it up to a 1/2 inch. Personally, I'm not comfortable adding another piece of pineapple because I don't want to add too much. This could take a speck more liquid. Okay. I'm going to debubble it again. I was the queen of forgetting to debubble, but I have a good friend that I met on a Facebook group. And she's always telling me, don't forget to debubble. And I'm like, I forgot. And she says, okay, do it next time. So, this is for you, my love. My lovely friends. Okay. What you want to do to make sure that you get a good seal is always wipe off the rims of the jar. Now, if you're doing fruits, vegetables, things like that, you don't really need to use vinegar or anything. Anything with oil or meat, you need to dip a paper towel, clean paper towel always, into some white vinegar and just wipe down the whole rim. You don't want any residue, you don't want any bacteria, and you want to make sure that you get a good seal. Okay. One more jar. And then I'm going to put the lids on them. And the covers. The rims, rather. I'm sorry. This little guy is stubborn. It's like he's the last of the little ones. He just doesn't want to get out. Okay. Now, like I said, the pan, you can improvise. You don't need a water bath canner. You also do not need a debubbler. I strongly suggest you get one of these funnels. They're great. And you absolutely need the jar lifter. Okay? So this is the last jar. It might end up being more juice than pineapple, but there's nothing better than drinking fresh pineapple juice, right? This is just going to make one jar. I am very happy. Let's see. I'm going to debubble that and see how much more juice I need to put. This is one of the easiest things I've ever done. It really is. I mean, you don't have to add anything. All you need is the pineapple, a few kitchen tools, and the jars. You can pick up jars at thrift stores, estate sales. They are kind of hard to find now, so just a heads up. Okay, I'm going to take a little bit of this out. I'm a stickler. I try to do everything exact. I don't want to get sick. I don't want to ruin the food that I'm trying to preserve. Okay, so that has a little bit less in it. I don't really think that's going to be an issue. It's going to have more juice than pineapple, but that's not a bad thing. Okay, folks, so here's the thing. I'm doing this with my cell phone. So what I'm going to have to do is take you with me over to my messy cupboard. And I am going to get out my new lids and some rings. And I always try to keep these clean. I have a big wide jar that I keep the rings in. But these are extra. So these are my new clean lids. Some people say to boil them. I don't. They say not. You don't need to, so I haven't. Okay, so you just want to center these on. Make sure they're in the middle. And hold on. Hold on one second.